people, there are breads, and in middle you're putting a cheese, a piece of cheese. Something like this, you're going to put it in middle. You have 21 breads. You have 21 breads, and you have 6 cheese pieces. How many sandwiches can you make? In each sandwich, there are 2 breads and then 1 cheese in middle. So tell me, how many sandwiches can you make if there are 21 bread pieces and then 6 cheese pieces? Tell me, how many sandwiches can you make? 6. 6 sandwiches you can make, of course. So what does this mean, people? Although there are excess sandwiches, excess breads, you can't make this much amount of sandwiches, right? You need cheese. You need cheese in order to make sandwiches. So 2 reactants, actually what's going to happen is 2 breads will react with 1 cheese. 2 breads will react with 1 cheese in order to produce how much? 1 sandwich. So like this, 2 breads will react with 1 cheese to form 1 sandwich. Now, if I told you there are 149 breads and then 170 cheese, how many sandwiches can you make? 74 sandwiches. Okay, that's quick. Let's see. Now, how can we find out who is going to finish first? Like the cheese or breads? Who is going to finish first? People, how to calculate who is going to finish first? We're going to take this number 149 and we are going to divide by this number 2. 149 divided by 2 is like, 74.5 or something, right? 74.5, right? 74.5. So that is the number which we get when we divide the number of breads by this number. You call this the stoichiometry. What do you call this? The stoichiometry. I talked about this, right, in the class, in the tutor you had. And this one, 170 divided by 1, that is going to be 170 again. And we have to check who is the smaller number. This is the smaller number, right? This is the smaller number. So sandwich will finish first. And people, the bread will finish first. Bread will finish first. So who's the limiting reagent? The bread. Why? What's limiting reagent? People, limiting reagent means the person who is going to finish first during a reaction. If you take this reaction, there is a limiting reagent. We have to calculate it actually. In this one, we can see it like, these are normal common sense, like, bread and cheese goes to sandwich, something like that. So 149 divided by 2, this is the smaller number and this is the larger number. So therefore, the limiting reagent will be this bread. Limiting reagent will be bread. That means this bread amount will consume and finish. This bread amount will consume and finish. Now, what we want to calculate is the number of sandwiches we can make. So, of course, if he is going to finish first, then the amount of sandwiches we can make comes from this one, right? We are going to make maximum amount of sandwiches by finishing all the breads. Finishing all the breads. We can actually make 74 sandwiches, right? 74 sandwiches. Now, stoichiometric ratio is 2:1. Stoichiometric ratio 2:1. So I can tell bread is to sandwich is equal to 2:1. Bread is to sandwich is 2:1. Therefore, amount of sandwich I can form. I told you how to take a ratio and then 1 divided by 2 you have to take. I told you that one, right? So it's going to be half multiplied by the amount of sandwiches, 149. So that's going to be the amount of sandwiches you can make. I'll give you another one. This time I'll give you a burger. Okay. Now, the amount of cheese, 3. In order to make 1 burger, people, you need 2 breads, 3 cheese, and then 2 leaves. Okay, now I'm going to tell you there are 75 breads. There are 75 breads and there are 52 leaves. I'll tell this one as 74. 52 leaves and then there are 90 cheese. Tell me, how many burgers can you make? How many burgers can you make? Okay, first of all, tell me who's going to finish first. Leaves or cheese or bread? I'll tell you this bread or bun, you can call it. I'll call it bun. The bun, and this one has cheese, and this one has leaf. Who is going to finish first? Cheese, the leaf, the bun. Who's going to finish first? Okay, cool. Now you know how to do it. You know how to do it. How? 52 divided by 2, that's going to be 21. 21 me. 26 ni. 26. 90 divided by 3. 90 divided by 3 is 30. And then 74 divided by 2. 2 into 3 6. 1 remaining. 2 into 7 14. 37. Who's the lesser number? Leaf. Leaf is going to finish first. Now what you do? You don't even look at these things. You focus on this one. You focus on this one, and then you write a ratio. Leaf to burgers. You write a ratio. Leaf to burgers. That is going to be how much? 2:1, right? 2:1. Therefore, burgers amount will be how much? Half into 52. That's going to be how much? 2 into 2, 4. 1 remaining. 2 into 6, 26 burgers you can make. People, this is limiting reagent question pattern. This is the limiting reagent question pattern. Instead of these lettuce and cheese and buns, you have molecules, compounds. That's when things get harder. When I give you compounds here, things are getting harder. Make a random one. You can do this one, but you can't do, if I give chemicals in this, you can't do this. That's the thing. Hurry. Same thing, people. Same thing. Hurry. Look at this now. Look at this example. Number one thing, in order to calculate the limiting reagent, if they tell you, okay, 50 grams of ammonia is reacting with how much? 35 grams of ammonia is going to react with 32 grams of oxygen. First thing you have to do, don't divide the mass by the stoichiometry and then find, okay, that's not correct. You have to first convert this to moles. You have to convert it to number wise. In chemistry, numbers are calculated from moles. So it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like, 1 mole, 2 mole, 3 mole, 4 mole, 5 mole, like that. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I am going to calculate the number of moles of ammonia. Number of moles of ammonia reacted nimi. Number of moles of ammonia reacted nimi. I'm just going to calculate how much ammonia are there in moles. So number of moles of ammonia will be 35 grams divided by 17 grams per mole. I wanted this to be 34. 34 grams divided by 17 grams per mole. That's going to be 2 moles. Number of moles of oxygen will be how much? 32 grams divided by 32 grams per mole. Grams cancel, it will become 1 mole. So 2 moles and 1 mole. So people, here, how to find the limiting reagent now? Just like burgers, just like sandwiches, here, what you're going to do, you're going to divide 1 by 5. 1 divided by 5. So actually, you're not writing this in the book. Okay, I'm not telling you to write this in the exam. This is what I tell in order for students to identify who's the limiting reagent. What I'm going to do now, 1 divided by 5, you don't write this in the paper, okay? Don't write this. Just write it in a rough worksheet or with a pencil or something. Then find the limiting reagent and then proceed with the calculation. Just like magic, you found out without any effort who's the limiting reagent. So 1 divided by 5. Oxygen, 1 divided by 5. That's going to be 0.2. And ammonia, for ammonia people, may 2 divided by 4. That's going to be how much? 0.5. So who's the lesser number and who's the limiting reagent? Oxygen. Oxygen will be the limiting reagent. Oxygen is the lesser number. Oxygen is the lesser number. Oxygen is lesser number, so oxygen is the limiting reagent. Please write everything in the tute. I mean, like, don't write this in the exam. Write it in the tute, people, but don't write it in the exam. Don't write this part in the exam. In the tute, now write it. You divide these moles by the stoichiometry and check whether who's the lesser one. So the lesser one will be the limiting reagent.